taking over a House seat in Tennessee that's coming available. I have gone through the process to see what that would look like for me and my family, and I know right now I can implement more change in atmospheres like this, on college campuses, with youth, with young voters, because in 2028, this is our time to stabilize ourselves and actually show up to vote. Educate yourselves and educate yourselves on what you're voting for. Because just like Riley Gaines, we don't want men and women's sports.
Savannah Chrisley running for state senate. There are so many of us rooting for the Chrisley family to have their biggest comeback ever on TV. And of course, we have some that are waiting for their next downfall. A lot of the Chrisley hate comes from their conservative beliefs and their active roles associated with political appearances. So it's no secret that Savannah was on the campaign trail for Donald Trump, befriending his daughter-in-law, which eventually led to a pardon for Todd and Julie. But Savannah wasn't just supporting Trump to get her parents home. She was trying to get her feet wet for possibilities. Savannah teased a potential Senate run after she had a meeting at the White House a few weeks ago about her potentially taking over a House seat in Tennessee. Savannah and her dad, Todd, recently made an appearance on a Turning Point USA Student Action Summit, and she discussed briefly what her goal would be. Savannah says, "I've gone through the process to see what it would look like for me and my family, and I know right now I can implement more change like this on college campuses with youth and young voters. Because in 2028, this is our time to stabilize ourselves and actually show up and vote." She also adds, just like Riley Gaines, we don't want men and women's sports. We don't want to make AB cool again. I'm pro-life and there's no apologies about it. She adds the Senate seat could come open in her future. And she says, "I'm going for the big dog. And as a woman, that makes me feel good because there's power for women that need to be in a position to make a change and voices heard," Savannah says. So I personally want to add that Savannah is not a big controversial young woman like a lot of young women her age. She has controversy surrounding her only because of her parents' convictions. Now, I personally believe that Savannah would be a great candidate for two reasons. She will grab the attention for the youth, and she will make it very easy for some voters as she's very cut and dry. She does have a skill for public speaking, which is a plus if you're going to do anything in politics, and she goes after what she wants. I mean, we clearly saw that. Regardless of her qualifications, which, might I add, you do have to be 30 years old, a qualified voter, and resided in the state for 3 years in the district. Savannah, she qualifies for all of those. Now, I believe she's going to have a lot of homework, but I also believe she's already been doing some homework, and she sounds like she's very confident to take on this position. But I do want to know your thoughts. Do you feel like Miss Chrisley has a chance to get a seat at the political table? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe so you won't miss out. Bye for now.